Hi, it's Carlson here. I love a great crime epic, and Al Pacino has starred in some great ones over the years. And in the early mid-90s, he actually re-teamed with director Brian De Palma, who had previously directed him in Scarface, and the two made another movie together, Carlito's Way. This film has finally gotten a 4K Ultra High Def release courtesy of Arrow Video. There was an earlier 4K release of the film, not by Arrow. I don't own that release, so I can't do any comparisons, but in the meantime, I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. Great shot of Pacino's character and his love interest reflected in the water. I love that artwork. Spine text. Back of the backing card. Bottom of the backing card. Under here, it's just plain black. I wish they'd done something here, or at least just printed the credits on there. Top is blank as well. We get a pretty good sized booklet featuring some elements from the film there. Back cover. Actually, this is like a panoramic shot of a pool table. Like the way that looks. And as is my usual policy, I'm not going to go through every single page here, but there are some nice essays and some great shots from the film and from the production. We get a poster of the film. As is usually the case, we get Arrow Video's art on one side, and we get the more vintage style art on the other. Here's the actual disc case. I went ahead and reversed the art so it's more akin to the classic poster art. Inside the case, we get an ad for the Arrow Video streaming service. There's an ad on the back for something called the Metallo. I don't know what that is, but I'm certainly intrigued now. Inside the case, we also get some art cards. They all have this art of Pacino from in the shadows on one side, and on this side, okay, you got him playing pool right there. Got a picture of Sean Penn's lawyer character. Got the love interest. The two buddies reunited. A love scene. John Leguizamo. And there's John Leguizamo's character again with one of the girls from the bar that he's infatuated with, which of course leads to some bloodshed in the film. Inside the case, we get the film in 4K Ultra High Def. We also get a Blu-ray disc that includes bonus features. Unlike most Arrow Video 4Ks that include a bonus features Blu-ray, this Blu-ray actually does include the film. So that's pretty nice right there. I wish that was the norm for them. Academy Award winner Al Pacino reunites with his Scarface director Brian De Palma for this tough-minded thriller about a gangster looking for salvation on the mean streets of 1970s New York City. Gangster Carlito Brigante gets released early from prison thanks to the work of his lawyer, Kleinfeld. Vowing to go straight, Carlito nonetheless finds dangers waiting for him in the outside world. As Carlito works toward redemption, Kleinfeld sinks into cocaine-fueled corruption. When Kleinfeld crosses the mob, Carlito gets caught in the crossfire and has to face a hard choice: remain loyal to the friend who freed him, or protect a new life with the woman he loves. With enemies closing in from all sides, Carlito must find his way before it's too late. Also starring John Leguizamo, Luis Guzman, and Viggo Mortensen, Carlito's Way has come to be regarded amongst Brian De Palma's most accomplished films. A hard-hitting gangster noir laced with romance and melancholy, powerful performances, and nail-biting suspense. Brian De Palma, in my opinion, is seriously underrated as a director. I mean, he's probably best known for mob movies, having made Scarface, The Untouchables, and of course Carlito's Way. But his resume stretches back even farther, having directed things like Phantom of the Paradise and the original Carrie film back in 1976. In 1996, he even directed the first Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise. So this guy has an amazing resume to his name. And Al Pacino, I don't know if there's any actor more associated with mob and gangster movies than this guy, and it's because he's one of the most entertaining and consistent actors out there. Carlito's Way initially did not get the best of reviews. Reception was quite mixed, with a lot of critics saying it was something of a rehash of Scarface, which was the earlier De Palma-Pacino collaboration. The reception to it warmed in later years. And I have to say, I think Carlito's Way is an absolutely fantastic film. I might even say that I like this film better than Scarface, even if that is somewhat heresy to say that. Al Pacino, of course, gives one of the best performances of his career here, playing a gangster who's been released from jail on a technicality, but who finds himself, through a number of unfortunate mishaps, thrust back into the life that he was trying so hard to escape. Of course, his lawyer Kleinfeld, played by Sean Penn in a career-defining performance, steals the show in every scene he's in as well. And the paths these characters go down At the beginning of the film, you probably wouldn't guess who goes down what path, but it quickly becomes something that escalates, and you don't want to take your eyes off the film at any point. Of course, Pacino's character reunites with his love interest, and there's some great supporting parts here, including from the likes of John Leguizamo playing something of a rival gangster, Luis Guzman portraying one of the enforcers who works at the club Carlito finds himself working at as he tries to go straight, and even a pre-Lord of the Rings Viggo Mortensen portraying a crippled hood who finds himself in a wheelchair, and of course, in the wrong place at the wrong time with Carlito. The movie is set in 1970s New York City, and they really capture the grit and grime of this era beautifully. This film is unabashedly violent and holds nothing back, but at the same time, it has a heart, and it really has a lot of good romance and drama to it as well. I mean, you have to ask yourself when you start watching this movie, do you think it's going to be a happy ending? Do crime movies ever have happy endings? I won't say much more, but even so, it does keep you guessing, and that's definitely one of the movie's greatest strengths. It's a fantastic movie, and one that I'm glad I finally got a chance to revisit. The movie is actually based on two novels written by a judge, Edwin Torres. The novels that he wrote were called Carlito's Way and After Hours. This film is based primarily on After Hours, but they used the name Carlito's Way because Martin Scorsese had already made a movie called After Hours, and they wanted to avoid confusion. There was later a direct-to-video prequel called Carlito's Way, Rise to Power, which was based more on the Carlito's Way novel. So how does Carlito's Way look in 4K? I'm happy to say this is an absolutely beautiful-looking disc. Arrow Video always does a bang-up job when it comes to these releases, and Carlito's Way is no exception. I never owned the earlier non-Arrow 4K release, but based on what I've read online, this release is an improvement, and I have to say the addition of HDR really makes it look great, gives it that extra pop. Whether it's a vibrant scene or a darker scene, everything here looks absolutely fantastic. It captures that grit and grime of that bygone era in which the film is set beautifully. And there are a ton of bonus features on here, including some brand new interviews and vintage stuff as well. I mean, we get to see everything from where the movie was shot then and now, to interviews with Judge Edwin Torres, who wrote the books on which the film was based. Overall, I think Arrow Video's done a bang-up job with this release, just as they almost always do. I can very highly recommend this to any fan of the movie, or anyone who's a fan of crime dramas, Al Pacino, or anything in between. How about you? Are you a fan of Carlito's Way? Do you think it's better than Scarface? Do you think it's your favorite Pacino performance? Do you think it's your favorite Sean Penn performance? Comment down below, and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.